and the thing that we're seeing is that the SMEs are distributed across majorly 9 verticals. Think of transport, think of cab companies, think of education, think of all the colleges and schools that are trying to get admissions, think of real estate, people trying to sell the real estate. These are all the kinds of businesses which are now moving increasingly to try to get their consumers are trying to grow. So that's really the big trend that we are seeing across in terms of the scope. 10 million people at any point of time ready. But again, a different view of this is, if there are 10 million of these 48 million who can immediately benefit from internet, the reality is that only 600K of them have any kind of website, which is pretty decent. Out of which around 100,000 people would actually have a website which they can immediately use for a digital kind of a media or to attract and sell to more customers and do all of it. So our job as Google is not just about trying to look at our advertising side, but we are actually trying to accelerate the ecosystem, and a big part and what is very close to our heart is actually digitizing India. And one part of that is actually getting people to actually start creating websites. And that is the reason why last year we invested significant amount of energy and time in initiatives like Get India Business Online, in trying to get small and medium businesses to create their own websites, and we help them create those websites and host them for them. The second part is we want to work with these people to improve their websites. So once you have a good website, it's like a good store. That you have a physical store, you have a website store, and if you have a great store, then more people are going to come and actually go through that and possibly buy from you. So we want to work on both sides to make sure that the SMEs leverage the power of what's happening on the consumer side, where we are seeing an acceleration of people getting connected to internet. Again, in the top 15 cities, one of the things that we are noticing is that a typical SMB owner uses multiple devices. Mobile is one of them, essentially to get connected to the internet. So there are means of getting connected through a dongle, through laptops. But the bigger piece is that 40% of all SMB owners have smartphones. If there's a consumer trend, at the end of the day, an SMB owner is also a consumer. So we see a huge trend of actually owners looking at smartphones and doing this. One of the classic examples is that when we gone to Delhi recently, there was a smartphone, there was an SMB owner who had a smartphone, and he would use his smartphone to take photographs of his products and send it to his customers on WhatsApp or any other kind of messaging, and then trying to interact with the customer. And he didn't have a laptop, he didn't have a desktop, but he was still doing some kind of work with his consumers. So this is a very real scenario. Most SMB owners understand the power of internet, understand how they can leverage it. And this trend is this is actually very good, and we see that's only increasing. What are we as Google doing about it? If you look at Google as a company, just to give you an idea, more than 2 million small and medium businesses globally across the world actually work with Google in order to get their business online and then connect to their customers, connect to their sell their products, not just in their markets, but across the globe. That's 2 million of them that we are currently helping. And what do we actually do? If you look at SMB, discovering, he doesn't have huge TV budgets, he cannot go and buy a huge amount of TV spends, and he can't buy the front page of Hindu or whatever, right? So how do you, as a small company sitting in Chennai, if you have a product that you want to sell globally, how do you do that? First is that a lot of people are searching on google.com. So how do you make sure your product is available or visible to those kind of people? The second is, people are actually going through multiple websites or looking at various contents available on the website, whether it is news websites or whether it is content-related websites on movies or education or what have you. So how do you make sure that your product is available to your users there? How do you make sure that you are seen by those users when they're doing that activity? The third is that I know a lot of people actually watch a lot of video content, YouTube for example, right? How do you make sure that you're able to be discovered by your users at that point of time? So, and then increasingly most people are actually doing it through their mobile. So how do you make sure you're made available? So what we do is we work very closely with SME owners, make sure their products are discoverable, their people are able to find it, and they're able to get connected to the SME owners. We want to connect users to business, and that's what we do to products like AdWords, etc.